20th century, African American baseball teams emerged including the Chicago Giants, Indianapolis ABCs, St. Louis Giants, and the Kansas City Monarchs. By the end of the First World War, baseball had become the number one form of entertainment for the urban black population. Prior to the Negro League, African American sports were segregated, forcing blacks to play against each other without high-quality equipment and facilities.
The Jim Crow era did not allow for any integration amongst sports, or anything else for that matter. The Separate but Equal Clause was signed in the late 1800s, segregating public facilities including railroads, water fountains, buses, and movie theaters. These facilities were supposed to be separate according to race, but equal in quality. The National Negro League put up a fight to end segregation.
In the same year that the clubs emerged, Thomas T. Wilson, the owner of the Nashville Elite Giants, organized the Negro Southern League, forming teams in Nashville, Atlanta, Birmingham, Memphis, Montgomery, and New Orleans. The three major sections of the Negro League faced all the economic challenges presented during the time period it was created, and became one of the largest and most successful African American owned enterprises in America.
In 1933, Gus Greenlee organized a new Negro National League, achieving his goal of creating the most powerful baseball team in America. The team he created included teams from the North instead of just the South. His Pittsburgh Crawfords lineup showcased the talents of 5 Hall of Fame baseball players, including Satchel Paige, Josh Gibson, Cool Papa Bell, Judy Johnson, and Oscar Charleston. By the end of the decade, the Homestead Grays had taken a title from the Crawfords, who had won 9 consecutive Negro National League titles.
The color barrier in baseball was cracked on April 18, 1946, when Jackie Robinson signed to the Dodgers. Robinson's success allowed for a numerous amount of African Americans to play in organized baseball. Other Negro League stars joined him in the Brooklyn Dodgers, including Roy Campanella, Joe Black, and Don Newcomb. After a majority of the Negro League had left to play on a higher level playing field, the organization began to lose members, which led to the disbanding in 1949. This led to the downfall in segregation during the Jim Crow era, allowing African Americans to participate in not only minor league baseball but other sports.
As mentioned in the previous slides, Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in 1947 to play for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Robinson won National League Rookie of the Year his first season, helping the Dodgers to the league championships and to the first out of the 6 World Series. At the end of his first season, he had a 12 home run lead and a league of 29 steals with a .297 batting average. Later, he was selected as the National League's Most Valuable Player of the Year, and he also won a batting title with a .342 average. Robinson was a large inspiration to African Americans in the stands and at home watching the games. They rejected the Separate but Equal Clause and embraced integration. Robinson's success encouraged integration of professional football, baseball, and tennis teams. After 10 seasons with the Brooklyn Dodgers, Robinson was elected into the Baseball's Hall of Fame in 1962, which resides in Cooperstown, New York. In 1997, the world celebrated the 50th anniversary of Robinson breaking Major League Baseball's color barrier. That same year, the post office honored him by making him the subject of postage stamps, and Bill Clinton had paid a tribute to Jackie at Shea Stadium in New York City for a special ceremony.
Nip Winters, who was an alcoholic, was considered one of the best pitchers in the Negro League. After the minors, he went to the Major League team, Baltimore Black Sox, at the age of 21. The positions he played were pitcher, first base, and outfield, and also batted and threw lefty. Nip Winters made a lot of different records, from no-hitters to perfect games, and winning 4 games in the World Series. He was considered one of the best pitchers in Eastern Colored League history. His professional career started in 1919. In the Negro Leagues, Nip fashioned a 15-5 record in 1926, but during his 1927 season, he went 14. Winters was suspended for not trying. It spelled the beginning of the end of the tenure with Hillsdale.
Robert Leroy Page, also known as Satchel Paige, was one of the best pitchers in the National Negro League. He played on over 16 teams and became the first player from the National Negro League in 1971 to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. He had a troubled background, being sent away to a reform school for stealing jewelry. During his stay there, he began to pitch and he loved it. He was also the oldest rookie in MLB history, and that same year that he was a rookie, he won the World Series with the Indians.
The integration of African Americans in the Baseball League opened new possibilities for future generations. It put an end to the separate but equal clause, allowing African Americans to overcome segregation not only in baseball but in many other sports. The Jim Crow era was finally put to rest in the 1950s. The integration of the National Negro League helped create the future of extremely prestigious baseball players including Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, and Derek Jeter. Big-time baseball stars held many awards and titles due to the courageous men who opened the doors for them. The integration of the National Negro League helped to eliminate oppression and segregation in the United States. Jackie Robinson, Nip Winters, and Satchel Paige were three of many men and women who helped fight for their right by doing something they love. These three individuals single-handedly brought hope and inspiration to African Americans all over the country.
I would like to reach out my